Tonight, the FBI says investigators are now exploring nationwide fraud schemes involving taxpayer money. Good evening, I'm Mary Nom.
And I'm Preston Phillips. Tonight, we're following the claims of widespread fraud in the state of Minnesota, from daycare centers to healthcare facilities. One social media influencer's video is raising questions about Somali-run businesses and taxpayer dollars. Just this afternoon, the Department of Health and Human Services posted this video to X and announced it's freezing all child care payments to the state of Minnesota.
I have activated our Defend the Spend system for all ACF child care payments across America. Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
And tonight we have team coverage. KOMO's Michelle Esteban is standing by with Governor Bob Ferguson's reaction to the fallout in our state and questions about daycare funding here.
But we begin with national correspondent Christine Frizzell with the escalating situation in Minnesota.
A viral video bringing a national spotlight to taxpayer-funded daycare centers in Minnesota.
Learning Center, I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Allegations they were collecting tax dollars but not actually operating, being met with pushback. One daycare center manager calling the video dishonest.
We're open Mondays through Thursdays, 2 to 10 p.m. He was here earlier. I don't see him right now. We're open. We've been open. We haven't closed. We've been open for eight and a half years now. We haven't closed once during that period.
State officials acknowledging some daycare centers had been shut down, but most named in the video had been recently visited and found to be in compliance. Still, the Department of Homeland Security this week sent agents to investigate alleged fraudulent businesses following an announcement from the Justice Department about multiple charges in a Minnesota fraud scheme linked to a publicly funded program designed to help those with autism. One woman charged had also been charged in an earlier fraud scheme with Feeding Our Future, described by the Biden Justice Department as the largest pandemic fraud scheme in the United States. Attorney General Pam Bondi also weighing in, posting that of the 98 individuals charged in recent months, 85 are of Somali descent. Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer posting, Somali Americans who committed fraud should have their citizenship revoked and be deported. Also calling on Governor Tim Walz to resign.
Tim Walz and our former colleague, who's now our Attorney General, Keith Ellison, have looked the other way for 7 years and allowed billions of dollars of Minnesota taxpayer money to be bilked out of Minnesota.
Governor Walz for months has insisted he's been cracking down on the fraud. A spokesperson telling Fox News this week he has strengthened oversight, including launching investigations into these specific facilities, one of which was already closed. The Small Business Administration has just announced a pause in money to the state of Minnesota while claims of fraud are investigated. And multiple Republican lawmakers have already started new or expanded investigations into fraud in Minnesota from Capitol Hill. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
Tonight, independent journalist Catherine Herridge is reporting that FBI Director Kash Patel says investigations were opened under the Biden administration and alleges the probes were, quote, buried because it potentially impacted Biden administration allies. Now to our KOMOnews.com question of the day. Should elected officials be held criminally responsible for fraud? You can cast your vote now by scanning the QR code there on your screen or by going to KOMOnews.com/question.
Child care facilities in our state are also facing scrutiny after the viral video. KOMO's Michelle Esteban is asking if federal accountability will come here. She's live with more on that. Michelle?
Well, hi, Mary. You're going to hear from the governor in just a minute. Right out of the gate, I want to tell you, he said he is unaware of any similar allegations here in our state. But that said, tonight there are calls for scrutiny.
So we need to investigate this. We need to see exactly what's happening with the taxpayer dollars that are being funneled through the state government to these daycare centers and make sure that they're being spent on daycare, on childcare, on kids.
The head of the FBI now expanding the investigation that uncovered fraud in Minnesota to other states. It's not a stretch to think Washington could be included, considering it has one of the larger Somali populations. Jim Walsh, chair of the Washington State Republican Party, welcomes the federal accountability and the regulatory scrutiny. Do we know where this money's going and that it is being spent appropriately?
We don't know that with certainty. And we do need to be careful. It may be that some or a lot of this money is being spent properly.
But Walsh says anecdotally.
But the emerging evidence is that a number of these child care centers look like They're empty, and they've been empty for a while.
This door is locked.
He's quick to point out there are no known allegations, unlike in Minnesota, where 92 people have been charged in what the feds call the largest pandemic relief fraud scheme in U.S. history. The majority are Somalis. Now concerns that kind of fraud may extend to daycares in Minneapolis. Walsh wants answers here. We do too. We went to the top, Governor Bob Ferguson.
I'm not aware of anything like that. I think we can all agree that if someone is violating the law in Minnesota or any state, you need to be held accountable. If there's fraud, you need to be held accountable. I don't care who you are.
This is not singling out any racial or ethnic group.
We called on DCYF, the State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, for answers. They license and regulate daycares and child care facilities. Some of those run out of homes in neighborhoods statewide. In emails, I've asked if any are under investigation and what it's costing Washington taxpayers. That goes for all facilities, not just the 283 that list Somali as their primary language. A 2024 DCYF report shows 5,779 providers here.
What are the questions you have?
Well, are they actually serving kids? I mean, that's the first and the most important question. Are these daycares really providing daycare services, child care to children? Or are they illusory?
Now, we want to take a closer look at daycare centers in the area. I can tell you today I tried reaching out to two of them. One, I wanted to know if they were addressed. The other one, I wanted to know if they were operational. Both cases I got hung up on, called back, got hung up on again. As for potential payments being pulled, we know that's happening in Minnesota. Could it happen here? We're asking those questions. It's a story we'll keep following. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Esteban, KOMO News.
All right, thanks, Michelle. Stay with KOMO News as we track the fraud allegations in Minnesota and across the country. Scan the QR code there on your screen for more information on this story on KOMOnews.com.